This is VOA News. Via remote, I'm Marissa Melton. Hundreds of people have gathered in Tulsa, Oklahoma for an interfaith service dedicating a prayer wall outside historic Vernon African Methodist Episcopal Church. Monday's event comes on the centennial of the start of one of the deadliest racist massacres in the nation. Civil rights leaders, including the Reverend Jesse Jackson, joined multiple local faith leaders offering prayers and remarks outside the church. The building was under construction and largely destroyed in 1921 when a mob of white people descended on the prosperous black neighborhood, burning, killing, looting, and leveling a 35-square-block area. The Oklahoma Bureau of Vital Statistics officially recorded 36 deaths, but a 2001 state commission re-examined the events and confirmed the actual death toll was between 75 and 300. U.S. President Joe Biden remembered those who died serving in the military on Monday as the United States celebrated Memorial Day. In remarks at Arlington National Cemetery, Biden said, "Democracy itself is in peril." He said the way Americans honor the memory of fallen soldiers will determine how long democracy will endure. He said empathy is the fuel of democracy. He added that Americans' willingness to see each other as neighbors and not enemies will help sustain the nation and its ideals. He also noted that the United States military is diverse and called for inclusivity and American culture to continue to grow. Several hundred people in New Zealand have been evacuated from their homes, some by helicopter, after heavy rain caused widespread flooding in the Canterbury region. Authorities have declared a state of emergency, and forecasters have warned of more possible heavy rain before conditions improve. This is VOA News. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says it's not an isolated incident that over 200 children were found buried at a former Indigenous residential school. Trudeau's comments come as Indigenous leaders are calling for an examination of every former residential school site, institutions that held children taken from Native families across the nation. The remains of 215 children were confirmed this month at Kamloops Indian Residential School in British Columbia. From the 19th century until the 1970s, more than 150,000 First Nations children were required to attend state-funded Christian schools as part of a program to assimilate them into Canadian society. They were forced to convert to Christianity and not allowed to speak their native languages. Many were beaten and verbally abused, and up to 6,000 are said to have died. Imprisoned Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny has asked a court to halt the hourly nighttime checks to which he has been subjected in the penal colony where he's imprisoned. Speaking Monday in a video link from the prison, Navalny charged that he has done nothing that would warrant the authorities' decision to perform the hourly checks. He argued that the interruptions effectively amount to torture. He told the judge that you would go mad in a week if subjected to such regular wake-ups. Navalny was arrested in January upon his return from Germany, where he had spent 5 months recovering from the nerve agent poisoning that he blames on the Kremlin. That's an accusation Russian officials reject. The United Nations Atomic Watchdog says it hasn't been able to access data important to monitoring Iran's nuclear program since late February, when the Islamic Republic started restricting international inspections of its facilities. The International Atomic Energy Agency reported that information on Monday in a confidential document seen by the Associated Press. The agency said it has not had access to the data since February 23rd. While the IAEA and Iran earlier acknowledged the restrictions limited access to surveillance cameras at Iranian facilities, Monday's report indicates they went much further than that. To fight a rise in cases caused by the coronavirus variants, France and England have moved Monday to increase vaccinations. France is now allowing all adults to receive COVID-19 vaccinations. President Emmanuel Macron and his wife Brigitte were vaccinated on Monday. In Britain, health officials opened London's Twickenham rugby station in a mass vaccination site that accepted walk-ins. Britain is experiencing a rise in coronavirus cases as it tries to contain a fast-spreading virus variant that was first identified in India. Via remote, I'm Marissa Melton, VOA News.